Gary, how is everybody in the week after Saturday?
Yeah, very good. The only one that's not been with us has been Luca Koval from Saturday. He's been ill, and unfortunately Joe Riley as well. He sustained a bad injury last Thursday. We were waiting until we found everything out, and unfortunately his season will be more or less over because he's done his cruise ship, so he's having an operation this evening, which is a massive blow to the lad first and foremost, and then obviously to the club as well. Ever since the poor lad was devastated on Thursday. But on Friday, he came back in with an incredible attitude to, have a real good go at it and get himself back as quickly as you possibly can with these things. But real bad blow, and unfortunately there was nobody. It was just an innocuous slip on in training, and there was nobody near him or anything like that. So we're really disappointed, but. We wish him, the best of recoveries, and knowing the fact that we will support him with the medical team that we've got here.
Mm-hmm. How big a blow is it for you? How much would he have featured for you this season?
Well, he has done pre-season, and from as soon as I came in, it was a clean slate, and the way he'd performed in pre-season, he'd put himself into contention like everybody else. And like you say, unfortunately for us, we can't call on him now, and it is a blow from that sense as well. But first and foremost, you've got to think about the boy being out injured and what he's facing in the road to recovery. So we'll try and help him. We've already, like I've done with Jake Reeves, talked about him going and watching games when he's had his operation and wants to help out on that, and he's fine with that. So we'll keep him involved and keep his spirits up. That's our main aim now for him.
And credit to him, as you say, his strength of character is there from the off.
Yeah, definitely. He initially, like anybody, he was devastated, and rightly so. But it's a great, like you say, show of his mental strength that he's said, right, well, I'm going to get myself in the best possible nick before the operation, and then that'll obviously help the speed of his recovery.
And with Luca, obviously, his contract-wise, it's up in the air at the moment. What's the latest with him? Is it still week by week?
Yeah, it's week by week. It's it goes above me, that one, in terms of it getting finalised. But like I said last week, not really losing any sleep over it or anything like that. And this week he's not been able to train, so that's been disappointing from that point of view.
Those who have been able to take part, how's their mood been after Saturday? Have they seen how close you were to getting it right last week?
Yeah, it was I think the mood is very good. The mood is very positive in terms of how they played, and it was a bit like a first date, wasn't it? A first date can either go terribly wrong and you don't want to know her ever again, or you can actually go, oh, there was enough in there to keep me interested, and that's probably the best way to describe it. There was lots of good things, and like I say, lots to work on, which we've done this week, and really looking forward to the second day.
You've had to wait a week. Are you happy to have that full week on the training ground?
In an ideal world, I'd love to go Saturday all the time, to be perfectly honest, because it gives you that opportunity to do your prep throughout the week. So we've been delighted with that, and then obviously next week we've got the cup game, but our main focus is obviously Grimsby, and going there and putting the performance on like we did in spells for large parts on Saturday, but obviously trying to get that final bit now.
And those others available to you. Paulie, is he back?
Yeah, Paudy's trained all week, so he's looked sharp in that, and he provides competition to a back line that did very well last week and kept a clean sheet. So, he provides us with further options, which is good.
And Shay and Zali?
Shay was terrific today. He scored the goal of the morning, the lad, and his personality, he's got a fantastic personality that makes you smile. So it's been good to have him on the grass for that as well, because he's a lively character, and I'm looking forward to watching more of him play and forcing his way hopefully in the team.
We spoke last week, and you said about wanting to still add to your squad.
Yeah.
Is anything imminent?
No. Plates spinning, there's lots of plates spinning. I think I could do a show on the Royal Variety, the number of plates I've got spinning at the moment, but no. We're just waiting to see if obviously there is an opportunity to be able to bring somebody in.
How much business would you like to do?
Oh gosh. Good question, that. I'll come back to you on that. I'm going to phone a friend. There's a few that you'd like to bring in. There's one or two areas that I feel that we could do with different options. But at the moment, with what we've got and how we've been about it so far, I'm happy with that. But you're just always looking for sort of like more, and like I say, if the opportunity with one or two that you've worked with beforehand and you could bring them in, that would be obviously an advantage.
And we spoke last week about the McBurney money. The deal had quite gone through then. It's obviously gone through now. Do you know if at all how much you might be able to have?
Not at the moment, no. It's just it's still ongoing in terms of the discussions, but we will just act as and when, and if we can't, then we'll just crack on, like I say, with what we've got.
So trip to Grimsby, Saturday lunchtime, what are you expecting from them?
Well, I've watched their game against Morecambe, and they played well, and obviously they got the win, and they're going to be buoyed with that, and then they're going to have the excitement and the expectation of the first home game. And like every team in this league, it's going to be a tough game, it's going to be a tough battle. We're looking forward to it because we've got a good following going away from home with us again, and we're looking to improve on what we did last week well, and then go even better.
Yeah, on the fans, you obviously praised the home fans last week. It's going to be a sold-out away end this Saturday.
Incredible. Like I say, it's a brilliant club for that. Alone, the supporters, the way that they come out, and the noise that they make, and hopefully on Saturday evening, come the end of the game, we can send them home smiling.
Thank you.
Obviously, the Premiership transfer window closes today. Does that mean there's an opportunity there for clubs like Bradford with young players coming out on loan?
I think it presents itself with that, but obviously then, there's a knock-on effect from the Premiership. Obviously the Championship will be on that, so there will be a knock-on effect from that. But I think, it is a little bit of chaos, isn't it? You've got them closing today, and then we've got a couple of weeks ourselves, whereas, I think it should be, personally speaking, everybody should be done before the season starts and you crack on, and then we just wait till January then. But no, I'm sure there'll be, like you say, those young ones then that have fulfilled pre-season fixtures whilst the internationals have been away, because I feel sorry for the internationals at times. It seems like they're playing 12 months of the year now. We'll see what happens with them, and if the right one pops up and we're able to do something, then we'd look to try and push that.
We heard from Richie earlier, he said that Grimsby is always a windy ground, and the weather forecast, it could be even windier. It won't make it any easier for the way you want to play.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the conditions are. We've got to deal with them the same as Grimsby, and we'll be going there looking to play the way that we feel that with the players and the squad that we've got, we're capable of doing, and I thought we showed that, like I say, for large parts of last week.
Do you think it might be easier away from home as well, in that they're going to have, or their fans are going to want them to attack more than, say, Cambridge did last week?
Possibly, but I've been involved in games in the Championship where you went away from home and expected that, and they all sat in, and that was like, I didn't think that was going to happen. So, look, listen, like I say, like they won last week away from home. It's their first game of the season at home, and the expectation there will be one of excitement, and obviously buoyed with the result. But it's up to us to go and put on our performance and play, no matter what conditions opposition try and do. We've got to try and put our stamp on it and play our game.
Yes.
As a second date, I think it's going to be a bit more physical this one in terms of the way.
I'm not so sure I can comment on that. My second date wasn't the physical one. Just trying to think now. No, I think no more physical than the game last Saturday. I think what you find in this league is that they're all competitive. There's never a team that you wouldn't say are competitive. And having watched the build-up of Cambridge into the game, they played Ipswich, and that was competitive to the point where there was 2 sent off, and that was a pre-season game. So it's the same in this week. You know exactly what's going to happen in the terms of everybody in this league is going to be competitive, and we expect Grimsby to be that.
In terms of obviously, first away game again, that big travelling army, it's exciting stuff.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Honestly, it's brilliant, and I've said all along since I've been here that the supporters just put a smile on your face with the numbers that they come out, and it's a fantastic turnout, and I think it's a sellout. I'm correct, and it's a sellout. So from our end, and that's it's been mentioned this morning in the team meeting about giving them something to smile about.
It must be great for the players when they come out to warm up and they see that.
I think a couple of them mentioned it and have said in an interview about how it makes them feel, and having been at a club where there was no fans for a particular time, you see the impact that it has on the players, and it's nothing but positive. And the noise that they'll be making, it'd be brilliant. And we just got to make sure, like I say, that we give them something to smile about at the end of the game.
You said back to the players, but how would Jermaine Anderson to us?
Fine, no problem. He's trained all week. Yeah, he's fine.
How about Ben? Is
he? He's joined back in. Yeah, he's trained today as well. So he'll train tomorrow, hopefully. So then the only one really, Zelly's not back with us yet, but he's out on the grass. Jake Reeves was going well this morning again. So I mean, time-wise, you can't put a time on it, but he's
still going right.
Yeah, definitely. He was doing ball work today, so that was a massive step in the right direction for him. And again, just how he is, his spirits around the place have been fantastic. I think that's it.
You said about sort of involving Jake to look at the game. Has he gone and watched anything for you?
Not this season yet, but I involve him because he's got good knowledge of the game. So I'll keep him involved and have conversations with him and just sort of like gather his opinion on the game, because I think once you're out and you're injured, you start to watch it a little bit differently. You're not just watching it as a player. You've got a bit more time to analyse it, and I think that's what he's found himself doing. And the conversations that I have with him, he's got good information, good detail, and I've said to him already, from my point of view, in years to come, he should start looking at the coaching route eventually as well, when he's old like the rest of us and have to go into it, and because I think he'd be decent at it for sure.
And also the other thing is when you're out a long time, it also keeps you mentally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think when you've been out for a length of time, you end up sort of like looking at the game a little bit more differently and looking from a coach. And I think there was him and Joe last week. Yeah, there was him and Joe, and everybody was out warming up, and they were saying, "Oh, what's it like for a manager then? Do you get nervous before a game, or do you have superstitions?" And so, it's the shift of the thinking a little bit. It's just because they've been out injured and they're out injured that they start to look at different things. Whereas when they were playing, they just carry on.
One last brief one. Gary Thompson getting sacked by Park Avenue.
I heard that this morning. Listen. I don't know what to say, if I'm being brutally honest. I don't know the ins and outs. I just know that that's a fellow manager. And it's 2 games in. If you know, it's wrong in my opinion. But that's the state of football now. You know, everybody wanted it. You know, they probably wanted, you know, teams, supporters and owners. Some of them want them to have won the league last Saturday in the first game of the season, and then you're 2 games in and you get sacked. No.
First management job as well.
No, I don't. Like I say, I don't know the remit of it. I don't know what was said to the poor lad, but in his first job, 2 games. And don't get me wrong, I saw the results. Obviously, we had George that played against him and kept clean sheet. Delighted for him, but no, it's not right, is it? If you're going to hire somebody, at least give them the tools or the backing and the support after 2 games. And he's welcome here anytime, Gary. You know, if he wants to come and train with us, if he wants to come and do a bit of coaching with the strikers, I'll get in touch with him this afternoon and offer him that, because I don't particularly think that was very pleasant what's happened.
So you are up there with the favourites for the league. Is that something that you want the squad to be thinking about, or would you rather they ignored it and took it game by game?
We're just going by game. We said all along. I think there are times we're favourites because we've got quite a big following, and if everybody put a pound on, then you know that's probably bigger than some clubs, you know, in terms of their fan base. So that's where that comes from a little bit, and then obviously with what we've done. But now we're just going game by game. It's a hell of a long season, and you know, there'll be ups and downs for sure.
And Grimsby had 4 seasons last season, particularly
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
It is irrelevant.
Do you see it as a target to go there and get 3 points, or is anything more than a point away from home?
Do you ever, when you do it, do you ever think, what's the response to this question? What do you think I'm going to say to that? Are we going to go there and try and get 3 points? What do you want me to say? No, we're not. No, we are going there. Of course we're going. Of course, it's every game. Every game we go for 3 points, you know. We feel that we've come in, we've brought players in, we want to improve and we want to get better, and every game we want to win. It's the same as every manager up and down the country, and we're no different. We'll be no different to how Grimsby are looking at this fixture. They want to win it and we want to win it.
And just a personal one, on my football manager game, you are England manager. Is that something you'd be interested in going into in the future?
What? Seriously, I don't have to answer that one, do I?
No, you don't.
I'd rather manage Spain. Because it means I'll be living in sunnier climates. There you go, I've answered that one.